Hello friends, thanks for joining us for the Farm and Ranch News. With calves selling on the video for fall delivery for north of $1,600 a head, the incentive is growing for ranchers to expand their herds. Also, feed costs have come down, corn down 23% from this time last year, hay prices down about 40%. However, there are headwinds that could slow the expansion of the cow herd in this cycle, like continued drought conditions, the need for pastures to heal, and still many elevated costs, not least among them interest rates. 2 years ago, operating rates were at about 4.5%. Now they're ranging from 8 to 10%. A slower expansion of the cow herd could limit how fast calf prices come down on the other side of the cycle. 10 years ago, average calf prices in the U.S. peaked around $2.50. A year later, they plummeted to $1.60. Well, during our network's harvest tour in Fairfield yesterday, Andy Schwab spoke with Carly Johnson, who along with her husband Ben established their own ranch operation in Teton County, and Carly spoke about the challenges they face as young producers.
There's tremendous costs to getting involved, right? I mean, you have to figure out how to fund buying cattle and buying equipment, and then how to have the relationships to have land access. And then there's other challenges too, like the day in and day out of dealing with things like grizzly bears. So we're getting to figure out how to have sharp pencils and make good decisions and work hard.
Well, thanks for being with us this morning. Join us back here for more ag news and the markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought, there always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps, but it's become evident is what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Welcome back to the Ag News. The National Cattlemen's Beef Association and Public Lands Council slammed President Biden's use of the Antiquities Act to put sweeping federal designations on over 1 million acres of land in Arizona. The Antiquities Act gives the president broad power to establish national monuments from existing federal lands. NCBA says the designation adds insult to injury for communities that are unheard and intentionally removed from land management conversations. The group says the designations are especially harmful to rural communities that rely on federal lands for their livelihood. Well, optimism for higher cash cattle trade supported the futures on Thursday. In that cash trade, packer bids improved, and we saw cash sales from 187 to 188 on a live basis and dress from 292 to 298. Many feed yards, though, still holding out for more. Looking out to the future, CattleFax is forecasting some dramatic increases for prices. They're expecting 5.5 weight steer calves to average $262 this year. Next year, an average of $315, ranging $280 to $345, and a cycle high in 2025 near $350 for calves. Well, finished lambs in Sioux Falls were higher again this week, up $1 to $5 from $183 to $213. Ewes mostly $45 to $63. And a mixed day for the wheat market ahead of the USDA crop production and supply and demand reports that are due out at 10 this morning. Expectations are for a bump higher in U.S. and world wheat stocks, and total U.S. wheat production forecasts up 5.5% this year. Well, that's going to do it for today's report. Thanks for joining us and have a good one.